How will the overnight cues impact our own markets? We have a research team joining in with what the trade setup looks like, the first day of this new fiscal, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you. Hormaz, let me come across to you first up. FY24 was really strong. What are the cues for today?
It's a data heavy day, it's a data heavy week as well, right? So, morning first of all, and it's the kind of week that we had. It was a truncated week yesterday, and the expiry session on Thursday was an action packed one, and it depends on how you wish to read into that kind of a session, because as swiftly as we went up through the day, we came off equally swiftly as well from the highest point of the day. As you can see, the Nifty almost coming off 200 points from the highest point of the day. Same was the case with the Nifty Bank as well, almost 300 points off the highest point of the day. Now, despite that, they closed very much in the positive territory, and for that week the Nifty was up 1%, the Nifty Bank was up 0.5%. So it was good going, and it was a strong end to FY24. It just remains to be seen whether that move can be sustained as we go into this week as well. Some of the important levels to watch out for: 22,500 on the Nifty will be the first one to watch. As we scaled that level, we fell 10 points short of a record high, but pushed back after that. And the Nifty Bank as well, Thursday's high of 47,440 will be the one to watch out for. As I said, it's a data heavy week, and the key data point today will be the auto sales numbers that come out today. Manufacturing PMI numbers will also be reported as companies will come out with their quarterly business update as the week goes by, and towards the later part of the week we'll also see the RBI policy outcome as well. The key takeaway from the US markets is, as you mentioned, the Jerome Powell turning dovish yet again, but it failed to spur the markets yesterday. The markets, they were pretty much flat on Thursday, but that is also because of the run-up that we had. And and also Asian markets, mostly they are shut, and the Gift Nifty is indicating a slightly positive start for our own markets. Back to you.
Okay, all right, that's a market setup. Thank you so much for that, Hormaz. Let's go across to Vamakshi. Vamakshi, a lot of stocks on your radar as well?
Well, absolutely, Sonal. Let me first start off with Infosys. The company is expecting a refund of almost 6,630 crores from the income tax department. Additionally, they've also received an order for assessment year 22-23 with a tax demand of 2,763 crores. Lupin has received a US FDA approval for eslicarbazepine acetate tablets. Given that it is one of the first ANDA applicants, it may be eligible for 180 days of shared generic exclusivity. HAL and Cochin Shipyard on our radar, but more importantly, HAL, because it has signed a contract with almost 1,173 crores with Cochin Shipyard. This is for supply of sets of LM 2,500 gas turbines and GT auxiliaries, among other things, for Indian Navy next generation missile vessel project. Torrent Power has received an LOA for setting up 150 megawatt grid connected wind solar hybrid projects with almost 1,825 crores. A couple of order wins for RVNL. It has been declared as the lowest bidder for a project worth 148 crores. As well as a project worth almost 96 crores. Its JV with Salazar Techno has emerged as an L1 for a project worth almost 7.15 million from EDCL. EIH will be investing nearly 421 crores on construction of Oberoi luxury resort in South Goa. Canara Bank will be diluting nearly 13% stake in Canara Robeco AMC via IPO. GE Shipping has contracted to buy a medium-range product tanker for about almost 51,486 deadweight tonnage, and in fact this vessel will be joining the fleet from the first quarter of the next financial year. Macrotech Developers has acquired 50% equity capital of Siddhivinayak Realties for 251 crores. JSW Steel's arm, JSW Vijayanagar Metallics, commissions its HSM at its integrated steel plant. Global Spirits has commenced commercial production of additional capacity at 2 existing units in Jharkhand and West Bengal, and the additional capacity will be used for various projects including ENA and ethanol. And lastly, we will be watching out for GRSE. The company has posted a growth of almost 33% in its turnover, coming in at 3,400 crores, which is the highest ever for the company.
Okay, all right, that's a long list. Thank you so much, Vamakshi, for that. Finally, let's talk about all the cues from the F&O space. Manglam is joining us now. Hey, Manglam.
Good morning. So, the Gift Nifty indicates a positive start for the April series, and the April series itself is known for good moves, big moves on either side, but more of them on the positive side. So if you just take a look at the last few April series, April 2020 came on the back of a big decline that we saw in March 2020, the pandemic series, and then after that we saw a 1,200 point up move out there. 2021 followed it up with a 600 point move. April 2023, the last April, also saw a near 800 point move itself. But all of this depends on how we fared in the March series itself. March series, the Nifty was up by about 344 points, but remember, most of that was largely range bound. It was the last day of the March series but the Nifty went up by about 200 points, and as a result of which it is a big positive that we've seen nearly 1,000 points in the last couple of series itself. Three things that really stand out. The first one, the FII rollovers. They've been on the lesser side. The Nifty March to April rollovers this time around have been 70%. How does that compare with the average? The average is 80%. That's not all. The Nifty also is starting on a low footing. So we have just about 1.07 crore shares as a Nifty open interest at the start of the series. And this compares with nearly 1.3 crore shares, which was the last 3-month average. So at the open of the series, the Nifty open interest at the start of the series is 1.07 crore shares. And the third important thing, the FII long exposure, that's at 45%. That's significantly higher than what we've seen in the last couple of series. So after 1,000-point up move in the last couple of series, will that up move continue or not is something that we will have to monitor. And what are the triggers that will lead to it? Well, it's the start of a new financial year, so new flows coming in. The fourth quarter, quarterly updates and results is something we'll be watching out for. This Friday itself, we have the RBI monetary policy outcome, and then the big trigger, April 19th, the first phase of the Lok Sabha elections begin, and then we'll also keep an eye out on global central banks and market commentary coming in.
Okay, and yes, the earnings, they will kickstart soon as well. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us and giving us all those details and prepping us up for this trading day ahead.